The moon is high above us, watching silently over our world. The stars are winking at us from their homes in the sky. And here we are, snuggled up in our beds, drifting off to dreamland. Before we go, let me tell you a soothing myth from a time long ago. Once upon a time, when the earth was still young and life was an exciting adventure, there lived a beautiful princess. Her name was Pandora. People often stopped and stared whenever she walked by because she was so pretty. She had skin like polished ivory, hair like flowing gold, and eyes like sparkling sapphires. Everyone loved her bubbly nature and contagious laughter. She was curious about everything, asking lots of questions and always wanting to know how things worked or why certain plants grew in unusual shapes. She also had a big heart and would help anyone in need without hesitation. Now, Pandora's parents, King Epimetheus and Queen Clymene, were very proud of their daughter. They knew she was special and would become a significant part of their world. To prepare her for her future, they decided to visit the home of Hephaestus, the god of the forge. He was known throughout the land for his amazing craftsmanship and magical creations. When he heard about Pandora, the great god had already prepared an extraordinary gift for her. A wondrous box, made from shimmering materials, stood ready, adorned with paintings of flowers and mythical creatures. It was unlike any other box Pandora had ever seen. But that wasn't the most incredible part. Hephaestus had put some of the god's magic into the box, making it truly enchanting. As Pandora approached the box, it radiated a warm, inviting glow, beckoning her to open it. She couldn't resist its allure. Inside, there was nothing. It seemed empty. Just a hollow box with smooth sides and a faint scent of vanilla. Still, she could sense the presence of magic within it, something powerful waiting to be unleashed. With her gift in hand, Pandora returned to her parents, eager to show them what she received. She told them about its beauty and the mysterious magic she felt inside. Her parents were delighted and approved of the gift, but they warned her not to open the box. Pandora, her mother said, "This is no ordinary box. What's inside belongs only to the gods. If you open it, you might unleash forces beyond our understanding." But the longer Pandora held the box, the more she felt its magic thrumming under her touch. Every time she looked at it, she imagined all sorts of fascinating things waiting to be discovered. Her curiosity got the better of her, and she started to plan how she could secretly peek inside. Days turned into weeks, and Pandora grew restless. Finally, she couldn't take it anymore. She wanted to see what was inside. One afternoon, while her parents were visiting neighboring kingdoms, Pandora went to her room. With the box in hand, she sat down on her bed, determined to find out the truth. The box glowed faintly, almost as if sensing her intent. She knew there was no turning back. Slowly, she lifted the lid just enough to see inside. But she hadn't expected what came next. In that instant, a thick black cloud shot out of the box, taking the form of a giant bird. Its wings beat against the walls, causing cracks to appear, and the room began to shake. Startled, Pandora slammed the box shut, but the damage was done. The bird had flown out, escaping into the world. Panicked, Pandora ran to her parents, sharing what had happened. Her father, King Epimetheus, sighed heavily. He knew their worst fears had been realized. "You have released chaos into the world," he said, shaking his head. "Now suffering, disease, and misfortune will plague mankind." Hearing her father's words, Pandora felt tears prickling in her eyes. She didn't mean to cause harm, she just wanted to satisfy her curiosity. "Is there nothing we can do?" she asked, wiping away a tear. Her mother, Queen Clemenco, placed a comforting hand on Pandora's shoulder. "There is one thing," she replied. "The box still has one last gift, and it holds the key to balancing the world again." Pandora took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. She opened the box once more. This time, instead of darkness, a bright white light emerged. From it stepped a beautiful woman, radiating kindness and peace. "My name is Elpis," she said, extending a hand to Pandora. "I am the personification of hope. I bring the promise of brighter days, a reminder that even in darkness there can be light." Elpis explained that her role was to restore balance to the world. Now that Pandora had accidentally released chaos, Elpis needed to follow her. Wherever chaos went, she would offer hope. "So, where is chaos now?" Pandora asked, feeling a glimmer of hope herself. Elpis pointed toward the village below their castle. "I can feel its presence there. Come, Pandora, I need your help to spread hope." Together, Pandora and Elpis descended into the village. They saw people groaning in pain, holding sick loved ones, and some had even lost their homes and possessions. Elpis approached each person, offering words of comfort and hope for a better tomorrow. With her touch, the sick felt a bit stronger, and the hopeless found renewed determination. Finally, they arrived at a clearing outside the village. There, Pandora and Elpis found the embodiment of chaos in the form of a monstrous beast, growling and snarling, causing nearby trees to wither and turn black. "It's so ugly," whispered Pandora, hiding behind Elpis. Elpis smiled gently. "Its ugliness is only skin deep, Pandora. Our job is not to fight chaos, but to remind everyone that even in the darkest times, hope remains." Taking a deep breath, Pandora stepped forward. She knew what she had to do. She closed her eyes and used her imagination. She pictured the village square, where people gathered for festivals, laughing and playing games. She envisioned fields full of ripe fruit and vegetables, and livestock grazing peacefully. Most importantly, she thought of the villagers banding together, supporting and caring for one another. As Pandora shared these hopeful images, they materialized around the beast, transforming the dead trees into vibrant green ones laden with fruit. The monster roared, confused by the sudden change. Pandora continued to project visions of peace and unity, gradually weakening the creature. Suddenly, Elpis stepped forward. "Pandora," she called out, "it's time. Use your imagination to banish chaos from our world." Taking one last deep breath, Pandora focused all her thoughts on casting out the darkness. She conjured scenes of compassion, kindness, and love. All around her, the villagers joined in, adding their own hopes and dreams for the future. Their combined positive energy formed a bright shield, pushing back the shadows and banishing chaos. As the last vestiges of darkness dissipated, a profound silence fell over the clearing. Pandora and Elpis turned to face each other, both exhausted but exhilarated. "You did it, Pandora," Elpis said, her voice filled with admiration. "You have saved our world." At that moment, Pandora understood the true meaning of hope. It wasn't just about wishing for a better tomorrow. It was about working together to make a positive impact today. From that day forward, Pandora became known as the bringer of hope. She traveled throughout the land, helping people and inspiring them to be the best versions of themselves. Whenever they faced challenges, she reminded them of the power of hope and the strength that comes from unity and kindness. And so the world was saved, not through force or magic, but through the simple yet powerful belief in a better tomorrow. Now, my little dreamer, it's time for you to drift off to sleep. Let the story of Pandora and the box of hope fill your dreams. Hold on to hope like Pandora, and may it guide you through any darkness you may encounter. Sweet dreams, my dear one, until next time. Hey, sleepyheads! If you enjoyed tonight's story, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more captivating stories each week. Thanks for dreaming with us, and we'll catch you next time.